This is no joke. A blizzard with a lot of similarities to the blizzard of 1978 is about to strike the Northeast, and I bet you're not ready. I'm meteorologist Todd Gross, and I'll show you where the impacts will be, how much snow you'll get, what's up with the wind and the coastal flooding as well. It all starts with an upper level storm center that drops in right here into the eastern United States. But you see that arc, that dark color right there? That's kind of indicative of some of the real power that's at the base of that trough that causes it to close off into a closed low, very, very similar to our worst northeast snowstorms that we ever see. This storm center ends up strengthening suddenly, eventually to 964 millibars, which would be a Cat 2 hurricane. It's that strong. Now, it's a different animal, but with high pressure to the north and the storm center wrapping up off the New Jersey shoreline to the south. This means not just very, very heavy snow starting to sweep up late Sunday into the Delmarva and anywhere into eastern Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York City, but it also means really bad winds gusting over 50, 60 miles an hour on the immediate shoreline, particularly in the Delmarva Peninsula up the New Jersey shoreline to Long Island at that time. But it doesn't end there. By late Sunday night, that 964 low ends up stalling south of Long Island and ends up just kind of teetering near Nantucket later in the game. Now, the only thing that could save eastern New England from getting it as bad as, let's say, New York City is the fact that this may blow itself out before it ever gets to eastern New England, but that's really pushing it. It probably will hold on just long enough, as you can see denoted by these areas of heavy snow right there in southeastern Massachusetts for later on Sunday night. Now, this is kind of a worst case scenario map in terms of snowfall totals, but I'll show you the best case or the least case. Starting in New York City, your jaw's going to drop when I tell you this is the least case scenario. We're going to get at least 12 to 18 inches of snow in New York, Long Island, and that's on the low end. Now, Washington, D.C., even though you have low snow amounts here, you're right on the edge, and you could end up with a foot of snow. It's not out of the question. This happened in the blizzard of 78 as well. You just barely missed it in Washington, but from Baltimore and Philly northeastward, you got it. And then New York City, as I said, look at some of those numbers. You could pick out your town. Particularly bad will be the coastal shoreline of New Jersey and the south shore of Long Island. Speaking of Long Island, that snow could go inland into the suburbs, but the really bad winds and the coastal flooding will be right on the immediate shoreline, although near blizzard conditions will exist in the interior as well. It will be a full-out blizzard in New York City and Long Island and along the New Jersey shoreline. And how about New England? Again, these are conservative totals, so just consider that you're going to get at least this amount. And even though you see this dip in the Connecticut River Valley where there's less, that may get filled in if the storm moves just a tad farther inland. That's because of downsloping coming in off the Worcester Hills. But meanwhile, take a look at this, at least a foot of snow in Boston, and that's really conservative. We could get 20, 25 inches or more down on the south coast and the south shore of Boston. And again, lowest amounts that you're looking at. It may be a little bit less on the outer Cape and the islands, but you're going to get so much coastal flooding and wind there anyway, and the snow is just going to drift like crazy even though it's wet. And on the Connecticut shoreline, as you can see, we're getting a foot of snow. Providence 15, but don't forget, the area around Providence had over 30 in the blizzard of 78, and this is not all that dissimilar. Now, once you get north of Portsmouth, it should be under a foot of snow by the time you get to Portland, Maine, but there'll be really bad winds there and some coastal flooding all the way up the shoreline as well. Even though due to some lifting from the mountains out in western New England and eastern New York State, I'd say that this is really a much worse storm as you move further towards the coastline, anywhere towards Worcester, Boston, southeast Mass, Rhode Island, Connecticut, southeast New York, and then down, as I showed you, through New Jersey, Philadelphia, Baltimore. And boy, I don't even know where to start to warn you on what to do with these. This is the worst storm of the season. It's going to make the other one look like you're going to forget about the other storm that caused 20 inches of snow in Boston and a foot in New York. People need to start getting prepared for this. If you've been following this channel, you know how seriously I've been taking this for days now, even when none of the other offices were catching up in time, because I get the computer maps, of course, at the same time they do, but then they have to, analyze it, and I'm getting the information out to you faster. And right now, Saturday afternoon, I'm telling you, this is going to happen, or at least right now, the maps are pointing towards a storm that is like some of the biggest blizzards we've had in the northeastern United States in your lifetime. I'm meteorologist Todd Gross. This is no joke. I want you to take this very seriously and prepare for a blizzard that's about to strike the Northeast starting on Sunday later in the day and then moving up towards New England Sunday night.